the Omega Psi Phi kid.
Okay.
Who passed away pledging. Mm-hmm. And Omega Psi Phi didn't even put out like a statement or nothing about it. Did you hear about that?
They just did, from what I heard. They basically, I don't know verbatim what was said in the statement, but they basically banned all future people crossing for the rest of the academic year. So they said, let's pause all like probates or anything like that until they get this hazing shit situated with. It's going to be a typical, they probably going to have a conference about it and say like, hey, no more hazing, and it's probably going to be good for another 3-5 years. But then some chapter out there is going to go back to the original beating on niggas thing.
I didn't know they beat on people. I just thought it was the paddles.
So, from my understanding, it's usually the paddle, but I think it mostly depends on like the chapter. Yeah. Like some people just feel like they need to do that extra stuff, and for that kid in particular, apparently they were like punching them in the chest, and they hit him in the chest, and then it caused him to have a seizure.
What? I didn't know.
You remember what happened with DeMar Hamlin?
Yeah.
Where he got hit in the chest and it fucked up his heart rhythm. Apparently that's what happened to the kid.
But why couldn't they save him?
Why couldn't they save them?
No, why like the medical, they couldn't bring him back?
Well, you remember when DeMar Hamlin got hit, they administered CPR and everything immediately to get his heart rhythm back.
They don't know.
And remember, he was also in the hospital for X amount of time until he was cleared to get out.
Yeah.
What happened with him is apparently they like watched him seize up for a little bit. It happened at a warehouse, but then they moved him to a park. You got to look it up. The incident happened at a warehouse, but then they moved him to a park, and they already charged one of the kids that I guess that hit him. Is a 23-year-old kid for manslaughter and felony hazing.
Hey, I didn't know hazing was a felony crime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm about to tell the police department.
So it's a maximum of 5 years for felony hazing, but then a maximum of 40 years for the manslaughter. So, but they say that from what I've seen in the news article, the judge that's presiding over the case, I guess, is one of those like no nonsense ones. He's probably gonna want to make an example out of this kid to like.
You know what? And I hate to see that because I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact they weren't trying to kill him.
No, not at all.
And I hate to be the one to say this, but I'd give him the 40. Only so that it deters people from doing it. Like, sometimes you have to have a sacrificial lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they threaten him with the 40 at least. Right? Maybe give him 20 if he points the finger at people. And he will snitch. I promise you, he will tell.
Yeah, he gonna bring up stories like when he crossed, what they did to him. Mm-hmm. He gonna be like, this is a tradition, like it happened to him, it happened to his pro fights before him, all that stuff. And there's gonna be a major crackdown on that chapter to where that chapter Omega Psi Phi will probably never exist at I think it was Southern University in Louisiana. They probably never gonna exist at that school again. But I can't see how schools across the nation continue to allow these things to go on.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, I think they're gonna have to start putting like, not like a school resource officer, but like somebody from faculty will have to be present at all like interest meetings and all of these.
But it'll be too easy to hide it. What I think should happen is saying, moving forward, no more undergrad fraternities, only grad chapters. And from what I know, like from what I hear about people who cross grad chapter, it is by no means anything like undergrad.
Yeah, because in grad chapter, you're all seen as professionals in your field. Yeah. From what I've seen, because I got a lot of friends that are, especially Omega Psi Phi Incorporated, that did grad chapter, and they said their process compared to like what their friends talked about in undergrad was very like streamlined in a sense because they're all considered grown adults that are professionals in their field. So they're not about to do all that hazing and none of that stuff, which I think that's how it should be in undergrad. You're still an adult. Even though you're not a professional in your field, you're still an adult. There's no reason to be beating on people.
Beating on people, spitting egg yolks in each other's mouth. I kept mentioning that to him. Paddles, like...
The paddle is wild. Letting a grown man paddle you is wild.
Yeah, but I think there's nothing worse than, like, somebody spitting an egg yolk in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, you can say what you want. I might say you let a man paddle you, but, you know, to get the job I have, I let them spray me in the face with pepper spray. I got tased. Like,
but there was reasons why you got pepper sprayed. In the event that you pepper sprayed somebody, there's a chance of blowback.
Yeah,
and it getting on you, so you still have to be able to function while under the effects of pepper spray. And then being tased, from my understanding, when I got tased, it was so you can understand what you're about to put that person through.
Right,
and it also shows you that, like, in the instance that two prongs don't attach to the subject, it won't always work. Yeah, it said Caleb McCray, 23, surrendered himself to the police in Louisiana's capital city on Thursday on counts of manslaughter as well as criminal hazing on the 27 February death of 20-year-old Caleb Wilson.
Wait,
Caleb Wilson was a mechanical engineering student at Southern, and he was a part of the Human Jukebox marching band. So he was on the marching band as well.
He was a mechanical. He just threw his life away to stomp the yard. That's always my joke. Like, you guys do all this shit so you can stomp the yard.
Well, they do it mostly for the connections, because you got to. In their world, is like you're joining this brotherhood to where now, like, if you got a dude that joined the frat and he runs a company or whatever, he's likely to hire you because you're a part of his fraternity.
That might have been the case in the 90s when you couldn't connect to people over the internet, but I have LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that. Now, if you go to Harvard and you join Skull and Bones, that's different. See, that's old money. That's real connections, because, you know, I'm connecting you my granddad works right for the president. Oh, my grand CIA, like, that's a different kind of. I don't know what they do to get into that fraternity. I think you could be born in. I don't know.
Like legacy?
Yeah, you could be legacied in, which most people are, because nobody is. I've never heard anybody be like, I want to join Skull and Bones. And if we're being real, what do you think is black people's, like, obsession with fraternities, with Greek life? Because Greek life is, one, the Greeks didn't think too highly of Negroes. Let's be real. And
well, that's why they don't consider themselves, because when I was in undergrad at my HBCU, I thought about doing Greek life, but then I realized it wasn't for me. But what was broken down to me is they're not Greek fraternities; they're Greek lettered fraternities. So they're black. The only thing that they consider Greek about them is just the letters. A lot of these, it's the herd mentality when it comes to humanity. It's like, you got to think is. How I like to attribute it. We live in Los Angeles. That young dude that get entranced with the gangs. You see the hot nigga on the block driving a nice car, got all the women, kind of thing. That was my introduction to black fraternities when I got on my HBCU campus. The moment you step on the quad or the yard, the hot niggas on campus is your athletes and your fraternity dudes.
Yeah.
They got all the women, they got all the connections, all of that stuff. So as a young undergrad, you're thinking, like, I want to be like that too. When you can't go to a party at a HBCU or at any of these schools and not see them dudes controlling the party, running the party, having all the connections, having all the women. So it's like, that's what you mostly see. Now, they do, like my school, they do a lot of community service and things of that nature, but...
Do they?
I know at my school they were required to. Like, you had to do a certain amount of community service events a year.
Okay.
But it's just like trash pickups on the highways. The trash gonna be right back when you fucking leave.
Well, that boy who turned himself in about to be doing a lot of trash pickups on the highway.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable. Now, did they have a warrant out for him specifically, or did he just?
I think he just surrendered himself. From what it says there, he surrendered himself. I don't know if they had a warrant out, but he surrendered himself. I think he knew, though, that people were, like, they were questioning people, and it was eventually going to come to him. Because you got to think, you're going to question the interest, the people that were with the other dude that were trying to cross, and they were going to be like, yeah, this person, Big Brother McCray, was the one that punched them. And then now that he surrendered himself, I'm pretty sure all his line brothers and stuff know, like, they're next. Because he's going to be like, I'm not the only one going down for this. Yeah. You got to think, if I'm facing 40 years... and it's a pretty strong chance I'm gonna be proved. It's a pretty strong chance I'm gonna be shown to be guilty. I'm gonna do whatever I can to lower my sentence.
Right. And it now, like, mechanical engineer, like, we need those. Mm-hmm. And now the only thing he's gonna be engineering is license plates in jail because you wanted to punch somebody in the chest so that he could stomp the yard with you.
you don't see deaths like this happen in police academies, fire academies, and the military basic trainings. But for some reason, when it comes to, there's always a case every single year, multiple at that, of whether it's white fraternities, black fraternities, sororities, things of that nature, of them doing weird shit that kills people just to join these organizations. And no matter how much these schools try and crack down on it, it still continues. So at that point, somebody had brought up that, like, maybe it's just time to just remove all of them.
I agree.
Schools.
I agree. You don't need. There is no benefit in joining a fraternity. They don't do, like they say, they do trash pickup. But when we talked about the original reason of the fraternities, as far as like black empowerment and helping the black community, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. And
if anything, what I've gathered is sometimes they distance themselves from just like they're better than the regular black community, like in the sense that like they're a part of a clique that nobody else can be a part of, kind of thing. Yeah,
like I mentioned in the last episode, just like people who find a sports team like the trash ass Eagles, like when they
Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles,
like when people
Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts,
when people find a group of people that they gel with, it creates this clan mentality. Like our clan is better than yours. I know people like say tribe mentality, but being that I'm African, I don't like negative connotations put on tribes. So I say clans because that's what the Europeans called themselves. So there's this clan mentality. And everybody thinks, oh, our clan is better than your clan. It's going to be a clash of the clans, like that dumbass game people used to play. I don't even know what the hell that shit's about. But people are going to find people that believe in what they believe in, and they want to be a part of something. I have this thing where I feel like most people who feel like they need to do that are losers. I didn't need to join a group of people if I wanted to sleep with chicks.
Right.
If I wanted to go to a party and people notice me. Like, I didn't need that. I'm 6'2", 240. I played football. I'm not like a goddamn Casanova, but I know how to hold myself in the conversation with women to the point where I don't need you to brand my ass with this upside down U so that I can stomp the yard. I don't need the benefits. I didn't need all that. I could do community service on my own. In 2025, there is no benefit to being in a fraternity. Except, I mean,
the only thing I can see, and the only reason why they justify it now is just the connections. But like how you said, you make those connections in school anyway, or in your workplace with LinkedIn. You connect with people in your field that way.
So there's no need.